Hello. So today I will be demonstrating how an AI is capable of teaching itself how to play chess. I'm using an app known as Lichess with a AI built into it called Stockfish, and Stockfish is entirely there's no human input put into Stockfish. So this bot has been entirely self-taught, taught itself chess. And I'm just going to go over, I'll start with one of the most common openings of chess and let the engine play with these arrows. So these arrows are recommending some moves that you could play as the white pieces. And the biggest arrow generally is the one that it most recommends. So I'll just start off with a very common opening and see what sorts of things it recommends, just to demonstrate how the AI is capable of doing such things and learning the game of chess, despite, as I said, having no human input. So the white pieces open with e4, followed by pawns at e5, and the biggest arrow, we'll focus on the big arrow, is focusing on knight to f3, countered by knight to c6. So this is all very standard, followed by bishop to b5. This is all basic chess theory, chess principles. The idea is to get your pieces developed and into your opponent's camp as soon as possible. And you can see, despite having no human input, entirely AI self-taught, the engine knows this and is able to analyze these positions up to millions and millions of lines of chess, which is a lot more than the human brain is capable of learning in chess, which is why you can see a lot of grandmasters playing. But if they played this particular AI in a game of chess, despite even the best in the world would not be able to play against Stockfish. So this is followed by the biggest arrow recommending g6, transposing into something known as the Ruy Lopez Fianchetto defense. And again, basic chess principle, just to get your pieces developed. Something that you can do at some point with the black pieces is get your bishop onto this g7 square that the pawn is now allowing the bishop to occupy whenever it wants. So again, getting your pieces developed early on. Attacking your opponent's pieces, followed by c3, and then so not right away fianchettoing, because the engine knows that you can do that at any time. Just instead going for knight to e7. So now just white will castle. This is to get the king to safety whilst getting the rook involved in the game, and then a6. So this pawn goes to a6, and this achieves quite a few things. This attacks white's bishop, so white has to decide what does it want to do with this bishop. Does it want to retreat, or does it want to take the knight and do a trade for a knight for a bishop? So here it's recommending that white just goes back one, and so yeah, already you can see as of move 6, you've got a lot of pieces that are developed from both sides. This knight has been developed. This bishop is now being recommended to fianchetto to g7. Fianchettoing is just when you put the bishop onto one of these squares, so g7, b7, or g2 or b2. Pretty much any one of the squares that when these pawns can get moved up by one, any of these, the bishop can then occupy that square. So yeah, you can see already as well, there's a number on the bottom left-hand corner of the board says plus 0.7. So the bigger the number is, the more heavily you can see which side is winning, white or black. White, it will be a plus number if white is winning, minus means black is winning. So plus 0.7 kind of indicates that white is slightly winning, nothing decisive. But it's just interesting that the engine knows that, especially because if white was to make a silly move, such as something, say for example knight g5, instantly black is now winning, because then black has an attack here with h6, and the knight has to go back, and then it's wasted a move essentially. And black knows all these, well, white and black Stockfish engine AI knows all of these principles and knows not to waste any moves, and it's just things that for an engine that's entirely soft or with no human input, it's quite something that it was capable of learning such things. So